Your collar's up. You look like Rizzo from Greece, and it's sexy as hell.
Welcome to episode 154.
Please stick with the program.
Welcome to episode 154, TrustyHogs. My name is Rizzo. There are worse things I could do. And this slut is Catherine Bohart, a.k.a.
No,
what character on Grease do you want to be for this?
Well, the one who's affronted by you calling her a slut, so who do you think?
Look at me,
Frenchie?
I'm Sandra
I'm
Dee.
Sandra Dee, baby. No, I'm not. I've had way too much sex. Listen, we're both Rizzos, and that's just the truth of it.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them. Or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the trusty hogs. Trust the trusty hogs, or maybe not.
Hello.
not Rizzo.
You are. Come on, you just found out you're gay, please. So listen. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. This is the podcast where we tell you about our perfect lives. Andrew's told us we have to be quick with this episode, and so I'm speaking way too fast, even though actually we just need to like make time. It's not that difficult, but why can't I slow down? The best thing happened to us today. That's the way we need to start this episode. No, but I'm so excited.
I know you're very excited.
You know I'm excited because remember I told you all that I went on a big boots day with my friend Charlie Dinkin because my favourite thing to do is go on a big boots. Boots sent us a big boots bag. I'm so happy, thank you, Boots. I'm not even mad about the weird sort of vaginal moisture cream that came with it. Because
I haven't opened mine yet.
Vaginal moisture cream, but also lots of gorgeous, amazing stuff I really do actually want. Woohoo!
Wait. What is vaginal? Wait, I haven't even opened it. Vaginal moisture cream.
You have never experienced this, but imagine.
Dry cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah. So I think they're like in the eventuality that might occur, but you even have you have a lovely blonde hair mask in there. We have sun cream. We have a body lotion. We have face cleanser, the inky one, which I adore. We've been really spoiled. Thank you to our listener who sent it in. We are so grateful.
I know we're in a rush and I still want to open it right now. And
No,
I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
We mustn't. Also, I love you. Also, Helen, do I have news for you?
Go on.
This week, I found an exercise class too toxic even for me.
And I am proud of you for putting up that boundary. What the fuck happened in this class?
Yeah. I went to a class, just a simply named bar. Have I ever done a bar class?
Yes.
No. But I've done ballet size.
Yeah.
That can't be that different. I did ballet as a child. Sure. I've done Pilates. What of it? I've been to most exercise as you know, Mattitude, big fan.
Shout out Mattitude.
I went to bar. And afterwards, it was made clear to me by every woman who's like genuinely pleading eyes I looked into when I even said, or shudder I looked into as I said I'd been to a bar class, that it turns out it is quite toxic, generally speaking, I think. But I went into this bar class and already I was, just for perspective, I'm going to say it. I was twice the size of everyone in the class, which given that I'm a tiny woman I was like, okay, this is a really intense class. These women have done ballet all their lives, right? I go in and the door closes in the hottest room I've ever been in. And I was like, oh, is it like a heated class? And everyone was like, no. And I was like, amazing. Great. It's like hot in here, right?
So
It's like a
warm
warm
from
room.
The previous people.
Yeah. And also just, I guess, like we don't feel anything is the people who looked at me were like, hadn't noticed, it was a test and it had already started, and I was like, in comes this honestly furious teacher, absolutely livid. Like, she was so enraged. She's also the most muscular, lean ballerina I've ever seen, and she's like, morning, and plays honestly club hits which were so aggressive. It was like so aggressive, but we did not stop moving for the entire class. The warm-up was honestly harder than any exercise class I have ever taken. It's like she hated every single one of us. If you couldn't do something, she'd be like, come on, good morning, wake up. It was like, what the literal fuck. People were honestly like, you could see in everyone's eyes they wanted to leave and quit. Everyone was absolutely like struggling so hard. And she was just like,
what are you made to do though?
Oh, it is like, the whole thing is basically you're holding weights and playing, right? So it seems like, yeah, I can do that for 5 minutes, but do it for 55 fucking minutes. And it is like, honestly, and so much of it was up on the ball of your foot. So you'd be up on the ball of one foot and then like pointing the one behind you. But it was just so, I don't know, most exercise classes I've been in, right, at the moment, know they're not allowed to say, at least, even if they want to say it, they know they're not allowed to say the body shamey, like, let's get into those jeans, let's get into those bikini stuff. They know they're not allowed to say that anymore. So instead they just scream how strong you're becoming, because that stops them saying any of the things they've been told in their manual not to say. You are so strong. You're so strong. You're so strong. This woman didn't give a fuck and was just like, burn, 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 and was like saying it out loud. And I was like, what is happening? I feel like I'm in hell.
Repeat customers?
So I couldn't fathom that could possibly be so. But I said at the end, because honestly it came out of my face before I expected it to. I said to the girl, I'm like, have you done this before? And she was just like, yeah, and left. And I was like, oh,
so some people love it.
Oh my God, they fucking love it, and they love the superiority of it. And it was cruel and toxic, and it felt like, you know, like I did ballet as a kid, and a lot of those teachers are super toxic.
As we all did.
But it was like,
shout out Miss
I did it
Shelton,
as
you
a
weren't
teen.
toxic.
Like I went to the Irish ballet summer camp, and I did all of those things. But this was like somebody had like set off a smoke bomb in the bathroom, and the teacher wanted to punish us kind of behavior. This was like, I don't know. It just felt from the second you went in there brutal, and I was like, it just was horrid.
Like Black Swan sort of vibes.
Honestly, that, but no one ate me out. Not even me. It was so weird. Anyway, I just thought, and so I went later, maybe 4 hours later, to get a wax. And you know when you go to get a wax, they'll be like, just like they do like frog legs.
Yeah.
And I went to do it, and I honestly like couldn't. I was like, oh, and the
like body trembling almost. Like
the waxer was like, you okay? And I was like, I actually went to a really aggressive ballet class earlier on. She's like, was it bar? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God, it's so bad, it's awful. And she just kept saying like, it's awful over and over and over again. This is, by the way, she's saying it's awful whilst waxing my cunt. So like, to have that woman be like,
right.
That woman was cruel to you,
right?
I was like, wow. And she said to me at the end, she went, will you go back? And the power in realizing, I was like, no, I have enough exercise classes. I have too many. I'm good. I do not need bar. This is the one I'm willing to be like, that's just not for me. So that was my trauma. No, you're not.
I'm fucking going. I'm in. I'm all in. I want to give this woman a piece of my mind.
She's so intense, man. She's so intense.
But also, like, surely there's clearly a market for it.
Oh yeah, the room was full. That's what I mean. Is like, it was crazy to me that it's a thing, and people were like, yeah, I'd like to sign up for this. It was awful. There wasn't I'm telling you, the warm up was the single hardest thing I've ever done. Like, I was like, and she kept saying this one really fucks me off. She kept saying, this is the last exercise. She meant in that set, but do not psychologically tell me it's the last exercise when you know we have 45 minutes to go.
That's a lot of exercising is just being lied to though, isn't it? Being like,
oh my God,
we're nearly there, 5 more.
It's just crazy. I was like, are you mad? She also kept going,
like, I'm not fit, I can count though.
She kept doing this. 6, 5, 4, you know what? 10, 9, 8. I was like, get to fuck. I just remember that. Oh my God, the whole thing was a horrible scenario. I should have actually, but I just couldn't.
You paid.
No, it wasn't that. I just honestly was like paralyzed with fear. Like, I couldn't resist her. Like, yeah. I did everything she said, no matter how much it hurt. I came out and I was like, I've hurt my shoulder from that class, which I've never done. Anyway, all of which to say is like, I found my line and it's bar.
And I think I might have found my opening. And it's bar.
You're way in.
I feel like, to completely whack that table.
I liked it.
Different ways of doing it. Me and Alison Spittle have gone for 2 walks recently, and we feel like we've figured everything out.
Nice.
Yeah, there's these machines that you stand on them and do that, and your legs move, and we love it.
Oh, is there like an outdoor gym in your park?
There was. We used it once, then it got taken down the next day. It'd been there for about 10 years, so we've taken it a bit personally.
That is a bit savage.
Yeah, Alison messaged me being like, oh, our gym's gone. And I was like, but we've only used it once.
We've only just found it.
We've only just found it.
Why
We've
was it
lived
gone? They were like, no,
so
not for you.
Yeah, it was really weird. And it was such a weird day because, like, I went to get a coffee, like meeting Alison before, and we
the coffee shop closed down.
And I went into the coffee shop, and a pigeon followed me in. And then there was just this pigeon flying around, and I was like, well, I sort of like let the pigeon in. So like, it was just mad the whole day, crazy. But it was one of those, like, it was a good pigeon. Like, if you were going to get a pigeon in your coffee shop, it's the one you would have chosen out of a lineup.
I know what you're saying.
Like, feathers all in. Like 2 eyes, you know?
Yeah.
2
we
2 eyes, 2 eyes.
when we went on holiday,
6 toes.
you know the delay with Greece?
Yeah.
we met these 2 young lesbians in the airport, by which I mean met, I mean like immediately identified, and we're like, we'll be sharing a taxi with you. They were so cute. They were 24 and 25 and just had gotten engaged. They were adorable. Shout out to Grace and Kia. They both work in fashion and are really good at like thrifting. So they found so many good things, and honestly we made them do an unboxing of all the things that they bought in Greece in the airport on the way back. But on the way home, they were telling us that they had, prior to that,
Wait, you travelled back with them as well?
we met them at the airport, and then we were both on the overground town.
Obviously the overground. It's the gay line.
Yeah, well actually it was the Thames Link, but we can,
Either way,
you get it.
gays don't go underground.
This is the thing. Not unless
Try
it's
it.
gonna be for a good party.
That's looking out.
Oh,
Or a blowjob, right? Go down.
No,
go
I
downtown.
meant like club culture, but
You
that's
go, club culture. Damn it!
yeah, that's okay. What I was going to say is, all this is to say that the week before they'd had a very stressful week, and I hope they won't mind me telling this story, but they'd had a stressful week because the week before they had found on the street outside a train station an injured pigeon, a small baby pigeon whose mother wasn't around, and it was
A squab.
was missing a leg.
A squab.
Was missing a leg, so they bring down a shoebox and they take the pigeon home. Not what I would have done, which I said to their faces, so I don't mind saying that now. They named the pigeon, and I do think this is really admirable. Midge.
Midgie.
Midge the Pidge.
Midge the
That's
pig.
gorgeous. Bit of invention. Love that for them, right? Now, it transpires Midge's leg was just up. Midge hadn't lost a leg, as they previously thought.
Just
It
curled
was just
up.
up. Yeah, it
Yeah.
went down. But they called, and I didn't know that there was such a thing.
RSPB.
No, there is a pigeon rehab in South London, apparently. Do you know this?
No.
Yeah, Andrew, Google pigeon rehab. There's a real pigeon
Yeah,
rehab.
Andrew, Google pigeon rehab.
Andrew, why are you not Googling this? But get this. You have to make an appointment. They won't just let you walk in with a sick pigeon. You have to have an appointment in advance. It all seems very strict, this pigeon
Do you reckon I
rehab
should make an
business.
appointment and then get the pigeon?
I think so, but what I didn't know was, yeah, a bit like how you have to get your kid into nursery before it's born. But that's how in demand this rehab is. But what I didn't know was, and they were all talking like, apparently this is the case. They were so sweet because they were like, it was our duty to help the pigeon because,
Was.
as you know, we domesticated pigeons.
Correct.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We domesticated pigeons and then just released them, and now they're not like capable
We
of being in the
absolutely
world.
fucked them over.
That's awful of us.
We domesticate so many things. Do you know about cinnamon? Where was cinnamon? Up in North England. For the
Is
last
this a
2
guinea pig?
weeks. No, a capybara escaped from a
Yes,
zoo in
I
Staffordshire.
saw this.
Nightmare.
What's
They
a
had to fi- they
capybara?
found it with a
Capybara,
drone.
big guinea pig is the best way I can describe
Yeah.
it.
I
they're
said, is this a
really
guinea pig?
cute.
And you said no.
But like, you're gonna have to times that guinea pig by about 200
Do you
to
know
get
how
a
I
capybara.
knew it was a guinea pig? Why are we always calling guinea pigs food names? We've been over this. Okay, that is different to a guinea pig. I see that
But
now.
like, you can see.
So did we
visually.
domesticate them?
And well, if it's in a zoo, they're immediately domesticated.
Right,
So
yes,
this
okay.
capybara, cinnamon,
Capybara.
capybara escaped. And it was like living in the woodland for like 10 days or something, right? Behind the zoo. And they managed to get it yesterday. And thank God they filmed it, being like, we've got Cinnamon, and Cinnamon's just there in a cage. And they're like, he's very tired and very hungry and looks a bit confused. And Cinnamon's
Oh,
like,
bless
I've been
him.
alone in the woods. And none of you have
him.
come and got me because they like found him on thermal imaging. But it was like pitch black, so they couldn't find him. So they had to wait for the next day. And he's just there like, what is happening? What is happening?
That is
Awful.
so sweet.
But Cinnamon is home now, from what I gather. And
Good.
okay.
Yes, he is.
It's because we domesticate them. So Yule log, you remember from the Cornish Seal Sanctuary.
Yes.
Hello, Yule log.
Yes.
One of the ones that hasn't died.
Mm.
So
Oh, good.
That's what I was going to say.
Yule log was at a zoo somewhere in the north of England.
Yeah.
And then they released him, and they like released all their animals.
Yeah.
But then Yule log kept getting in trouble on the beach and having the police called on him and getting into fights with humans. Because whenever kids on the beach were playing with a bucket, he thought it was a bucket of fish. So he just fucking, oh, here I come, because they're
Sorry,
feeding
are you
me.
telling people would call the police about that?
I think they'd like, yeah, he'd get arrested, or I don't know what happens with animals when they're misbehaving. What happens?
I don't think you
I
call
don't
the
know. I
police.
can't.
do you?
My Google searches have been horses, cause of death, shooting horses, seal fighting, pigeon rehab. I'm going to get the RSPC call.
Okay, fine. Fair enough, Andrew.
But
I'll have-
so Yule log had to be taken in because he only eats from buckets of fish, and he was like so underweight, and they was like, he's just domesticated now.
Wow.
Awful.
That's intense.
So Midge made it though.
Oh
I wasn't-
no!
Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
I wasn't going to tell the end of the story. You asked a mad question. Fuck, sorry.
Just a moment of silence. And it seems to me You lived your life like a pigeon on the ground, never knowing where your leg was till the rain came down. You got an appointment and we thought that you would live. Your candle burned out long before you got to go to Trafalgar Square.
That was really moving.
That was really sweet.
I know you. I can feel it.
Genuinely feel quite moved.
Sweet God,
really
that was
emotional.
tough stuff. Well, speaking of being emotional, I had a big cry last night
Okay, Catherine.
because I was watching the newest series of, and I can't believe no one told me it was out. Couples Therapy's back on BBC.
Couples Therapy's back on BBC.
Do you watch it?
No.
Helen, it's the best television I've ever
no.
seen. Helen,
I
it's
feel like you've told me about this before.
oh my God, sorry. If you haven't seen the 4 series of Couples Therapy on BBC, it is one of the single greatest television shows I've seen in recent years. It is a New York-based couples therapist, Orna, who is genuinely fantastic at her job. You film her in the sessions with her couples, but also in her peer review therapy sessions, and also with her supervisor. So she like discusses these couples in multiple fronts, and also the stuff that is going on in other people's relationships is
And they do it on
obviously-
TV?
Yes, it's mental. It's also fucking fantastic. By the way, I stopped saying mental years ago, but you've said it so many times that now I'm saying it again.
Oh, do not blame
And-
me for you saying mental. That has been
No, but
that's
it's-
mental.
No,
That's mental.
but we shouldn't be saying it, and only you can get away with
we're
it.
not saying it.
It's generally not a nice thing to
But
say.
I'm mental.
Yeah, me too. Which is why I just prefer not to. But and
Okay.
it's fine. It's not like
I'm reclaiming it.
you can also say whatever the hell you want. I don't.
I'm a mental cunt, me.
Yeah, yeah. And but all you can say whatever you want. The point is, it's not a word in my vernacular that often, and suddenly it's back, and I'm like, hello. But oh my God! And this series, they have a polycule. And it is one of the worst representations of polyamory. No, just because like it's so well, they're claiming to be sort of free of lots of things and then enacting them in every possible session, which is totally human and normal. But like, it's very interesting that jealousy occupies a lot of the space in their relationship when that is supposed to be the thing that they've liberated themselves from. Not that you can't have jealousy in polyamorous relationships, but rather that their reticence to acknowledge that that's what's occurring prohibits them from, in my opinion, prohibits them from talking about what's going on.
fascinated by this.
This whole honestly, all of the first 3 series are amazing. And this series is fantastic. It's so good, Helen. You would absolutely love it, because if you like gossip, if you're nosy.
I don't like gossip though.
You say that. You are one of the nosiest women I know, because that's why we're friends.
I'm
You
nosy,
do-
but I don't want to know things. I feel like I find things out late and I'm good with that.
Yeah, but this is finding it out late. You don't know them. That's
Okay.
what it's like the perfect scenario where it's like intel on how other people's relationships work, but you don't know them and you're not personally affected by it in any meaningful. And so like what you resonate with, but also like in lots of ways you're like, oh, this is so cool, because it's cool to know other people are dealing with this at the same time.
Yes.
And the other part of it is like, we are also wildly different, and the way we react to this, what I think it really brings up watching it.
You're so passionate. I love
it so much, because you watch it and you're like, oh, I just cannot watch it and think. And I've never really thought this anyway, but it's so fascinating to watch. Like, none of us have any self-awareness.
No.
I am always so struck by anyone whose like personal identity is like being so self-aware. It's like, no, watch these series and you're like, none of it. So people will be like, the therapist will be like, can you listen? And they'll be like, absolutely. And their partner will start to speak in 2 seconds later. They'll be like, yeah, but the thing is, and you're like, oh my God, it's so good.
Do you want to
So
do
good.
couples therapy?
No, I actually really don't. I
Should we bring a therapist
have
in?
quite a toxic view, which I'm not
Okay.
going to share. Actually, I'm not going to share.
Okay, you don't have to
I
share
just
it.
think I have quite like a hard line, a ridiculous hard line of like, I think you have to be together quite a while before you do couples therapy, because otherwise if you need it already, I'm a bit like, call it. But that's such a toxic view.
But if you need it, you bloody need it. Let's
Oh,
say
totally.
that.
I'm just like, my thing is like, if we're together less than a year and you want me to spend money on fixing this rather than just break up.
But we've been together for years and years and years.
Oh, for us.
Obviously for us. I'm not going to suggest couples therapy for you. I'm suggesting it for us. I'm saying, like, let's get a couples therapist in and let's get through some of our
I
stuff.
think we do pretty well.
I know, but wouldn't it be so fun to blow it wide open?
No, because I actually think it'd be really unhelpful. Because here's what I think. I think that we have a couples therapist and it's the audience.
And Andrew and
and they write their little therapist notes on the perverts forum, and I don't want to know them.
That's okay. That's an interesting point. I think it'd be a really interesting episode. I think I'm just interested in it because I've always never couples therapy, obviously, because I've never had a relationship. But like, I did get really into mother-daughter therapy.
P.S. Also, couples therapy is objectively, obviously, a really good thing. My view is meant to be like silly and frivolous and toxic, and it is that.
Yeah.
But I think it's such a fascinating thing to watch because you're like, well, the thing that's really interesting, and the reason I love listening to Esther Perel is obviously the insight to other people's relationships, but also like the amount of times some people are building. The amount of times you watch people go to couples therapy and you're like, oh, one person's here to get the hell out and one person's here to try to fix it. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh my God, isn't that really obvious? Because you watch the first 3 series, right? Where it's like, oh, this woman thinks that they're here to try to fix their marriage and that man's here to leave her. Or vice versa. It's so fascinating.
Oh, that is so... And can you tell from like the first episode? Wait.
Not always.
Not always.
Not always, but isn't it fascinating? It's so... Thank you, Em. It is just honestly so and it's really slow and a quiet television show.
Only lesbians like watching
I don't
it.
think only lesbians like watching it.
Yeah, because Catherine's bi and I'm bisexual too, so maybe I'll like it.
I
And so
think
you,
everyone I know who's watched it is gay now that you're saying it. But it has 4 series, which makes me think that never goes our way. If it's just lesbians who like it, it gets cancelled after series 2.
Shall I pop Sunil in front of it and let you know how it goes?
I actually think it'll be fascinating because I think he would watch it. I think he'd be one of those shows where, where...
He's scared of feelings though.
Well, yeah, but those shows where like sometimes you have someone in the house who's like, oh no, I don't watch those kind of shows. But then they're like always in the kitchen when it's on.
Yes.
You know those people you're like, oh, that's or in the living room. They're always just like, wait, what's happening? I'll just sit down while I finish my sandwich. I think Sunil would be like, just happen to be there when it's on.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's such an interesting study of people and also of therapy, and oh God, it's good.
Did you ever see mother-daughter therapy? Just to go back to that
a
though.
television show?
It was it was an American TV show, and they had on like famous mother-daughter duos. But they had on like
wait, there's this Joan and Melissa Rivers.
no.
Okay.
But this is like I think post the Rivers.
Who are we talking?
So we're talking like Farrah Abrams and her mum from Teen Mum. We're talking like a famous woman who's like, it's usually like parents who push their kids to be famous very, very young. A woman who like encouraged her daughter to like get married to like a 90-year-old guy when she was 18, like stuff like that. And it's like, holy crap.
See, I don't know that I could learn that much about myself from that because they're such extremes. What I really like about couples therapy is that it's largely speaking what you think are normal couples anyway, like it's just a lot of people just like going through that, like who cleans the bathroom, who minds the kid, who like, no one's like getting married to a 90-year-old.
And what's the
just
answer
like,
with who cleans the bathroom?
well, what's interesting is like that's often a conversation about control. That's often a conversation about care. That's often a conversation about balance. That's often a conversation about gender. But it's oh God, it's so good.
I know the solution to it though.
Okay.
Okay. So you say, let's say you clean the bathroom every 2 weeks, they clean the bathroom every 2 weeks, so it's getting cleaned, right?
Oh, sorry, no, this isn't a thing I'm struggling with. It's just like and it wasn't even specific to the show. I just mean like generally speaking, it's
but
like
AI
you're going
is
ahead.
coming in, and there's already self-cleaning toilets, right? Like in Japan and stuff, they've got toilets that clean themselves. And then I don't know where it is in the world, but I watched a couple of videos about it. There's like portaloo cabins, sort of things, like in parks, and after each usage, they clean the whole thing. AI cleans it, and like a mop goes over the floor, the toilet changes, and you'd have to wait 4 minutes in the queue.
And just checking, you think Sunil's scared of feelings?
I don't understand how I'm scared of feelings.
Because I'm like, you should watch this show about therapy, and you're like, I already know the answer to all therapy questions.
I think inherently just mother-daughter therapy is probably more interesting to me, and couples therapy is more interesting to you.
Oh no, they're both interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's just there's a show on BBC right now called Couples Therapy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so good.
I'm going to watch it.
I think you would love it. Also, I think you'd have hot takes.
Hot takes.
I
don't know. I always feel a bit like on the outs with relationship stuff because it's a bit like,
but that's
when you're like, I don't really know.
But that is what's fascinating about it. Is like
Yeah.
you watch it and you're like, nobody really knows. That's what's honestly
Whenever
so.
I watch couple stuff like that on TV,
Yeah.
like, you know, like so many dating shows where they're put together, I'm always like, oh, you are willing to make so many compromises that I would never be able to do,
But that is
just for the
exactly
sake
right.
of being in a relationship.
Yes. Yes.
And I know I'm the other extreme of that, but I'm like, oh my God, it's like the fear of not having someone is driving so much of this.
That is so right. That is so right. You're watching in so many instances. You're like, but why?
Yeah.
Like, why bother? Like, honestly, like at the point at which you are doing all of this to fix your for what? Honestly, the ones who are in there bending over, like honestly going through hoops to fix a relationship. I'm like, if I didn't have kids, there's no world in which you'd catch me in this scenario. Like, it's too much work.
Yeah.
But that is what's fascinating, is like that extreme spectrum exists within relationships.
Yeah.
Where there's some people where you're like, you have to make such small compromises. Usually it's hard to say, but you're like, my guy, you could make the tiniest effort and she'd be like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And like, then there's these women like absolutely bending over backwards to be with, honestly,
dude.
a lump.
Yeah.
You're like, with like that thumb beside her on the sofa. And you're like, what's happening here?
It's mad, isn't it? But like, I mean, love is love, I guess. But sometimes I'm like, it's not love. You're just doing this for the sake of like ticking that box.
But so many of
But I
us,
wish I had a bit more. I wish I had that fear a bit. Sometimes I'm too nonchalant with it.
I know what you mean, but God, it's fascinating. It's fascinating watching that so many of the relationships that they're in are playing out the relationships they have with their parents. That's fascinating. It's also fascinating to watch people, the way they perform for a therapist versus the way they perform to each other. That kind of gets unraveled over this. Like, you know, a lot of them go in a bit like I think you and I would go into a therapist, like trying to be best at therapy.
Yeah.
And that sort of unravels over the series. Oh God, it's just fascinating. And the people who treat it like court, like there are people who go in and are like, let's be open, let's do this together.
Yeah.
And then there are people who like walk in and are like, have basically brought a briefcase and are like ready to win. And it's just, oh God, it's such good television. I can't stop talking about it. Sorry, I'm obsessed with it.
Okay, I need to check it out because I've been rewatching Waterloo Road recently, so I feel like I need to shake up my life a little bit.
You deserve better.
It's so good.
Oh, I have a new television for you that you'll definitely love.
Waterloo Road.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, it's
obviously.
on
I'm not
Disney
an
Plus,
idiot.
isn't it?
I haven't
Disney
watched it
Plus.
yet, but apparently it's the bomb.
Oh, I'm in.
Okay.
Shout
Okay.
out
Great.
Taylor.
You've already seen it. Okay.
I mean, I've just started it.
Okay, fine.
But yeah,
But in
yeah.
that case, couples therapy.
Anything that arrives from Disney Plus, I'm like always going to be a beat ahead. That's my
fair.
channel.
Oh, is it?
I'm so invested in it.
Fair enough. No, I really respect that. That's so good.
Feel like I was going to do like a horror month for October
Okay.
because I watched my first ever Stephen King drama.
Which one?
Like it's called The Outsiders, and like I think I've spoken about it on the podcast already. Did I not? I don't think I did. Okay, so I was like, I've never read like horror as a genre. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll read a Stephen King novel for October, like something. But then I remembered I read
Is this coming out in October?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We're in spooky season?
Yeah.
Spooksville. Great.
But I read, a girl gave me a book for like my birthday when I was like 10 years old. She gave me Coraline, and it frightened me so much.
Yeah, that's spooky as hell.
It's so fucked up.
At 10.
Yeah, and I couldn't read it because it scared me, but it stayed with me. So I was like, maybe I'll watch a Stephen King TV show because I've seen it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but like clowns and I don't really get it.
Please, we're not frightened of ourselves, are we?
Even though there's that great bit in Modern Family where he's like terrified of like Cam dresses up as a clown in the middle of the night and scares Mitchell. I love Modern Family. Shout out Disney Plus again.
They're not listening.
But I was like, let me do a spooky month and like read like some spooky books and like watch only spooky TV shows. And then I got really spooked out too quickly, so I had to stop.
Really sweet baby girl.
We watched the whole of Outsiders. But then like me and Sunil were both terrified, but both also still frightening each other around the terror. So like just sort of like standing in our hallway and turning off the light and turning it back on again with a different facial expression.
No.
But we're both nervous. So it's like, what's the point in this?
That's not nice.
Like it was just, we were just both getting so nervous that like, can you go to the toilet with me? Like, can you stand here? Like it was just, we didn't go in the toilet together, but like really we just fucking ruined each other. And where we live, like if you get in the front door, by the time you open your front door from the front door on the street, the lights have gone off. So there's always a moment when you're in pitch darkness, and that's just been awful.
Yeah, that's hell. Oh my God.
So I'm thinking
you
about.
You don't need this in a house you've already been burgled.
But do you think
in.
I should I think I should read at least one horror book. Can anyone send in recommendations? Because I do want to read one.
Worse.
Horror.
You're
I
left
know
to your
what
own
you
imagination.
mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I also,
1984 scared me. You know that moment when it's
You're
like,
not
look
ready for a
behind, look
spookier
behind the
version.
painting.
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
not
like
ready
the
for a
first cat like that.
I think
fucked me
1984 is
up.
quite a spooky book, to be fair. It
It
does. I remember having like quite chilly, like, oh god, I'm a bit
And
scared.
I was
nights.
reading it in like 2012. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
over.
So it's over. It's done. Absolutely.
over.
That those issues still don't make any
Yeah.
sense now.
What
You
was
look-
scary was the camera quality back then. Am I right?
May I say that you look ravishing in green?
Shut the fuck up.
You do. You look really nice in this
No,
color.
don't
Sorry, you do.
compliment
Go
me,
on
I'll get
YouTube. She
annoyed.
looks gorgeous.
I'll get annoyed.
Okay, well, you look really nice in green.
Just
Sorry.
say I look like a bogey.
Sorry,
Yeah.
just on YouTube, we've just surpassed 4,000 subscribers.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Andrew, Catherine, and
Yay!
Em.
Oh my god,
And Helen.
congratulations.
And me,
Helen.
obviously.
You're always
me,
replying to
obviously me
YouTube
too.
comments.
Oh my god,
You're
follow
driving that.
Helen and I on YouTube as well, please, if you don't mind, please. I get such hate on YouTube. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe
Except
to us.
Ruth, who always says such nice things on my comments. I think she knows that I get trolled. So thanks.
Ruth is really
Thanks,
lovely with
Ruth.
the
They're
comments.
great.
We
I
appreciate
appreciate
everyone
you.
that writes under anything we post. It makes such a difference.
Depending on what they say.
Yeah.
Um,
One of you
say
doing
anything, I don't
crypto
care.
got a lot of crypto bros.
Yes.
A lot
Oh
of
my
people
God.
not enjoying it.
People are so angry about the bread as well. It's like, my guys, look at the. Wait till you read the news. You're gonna be furious.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of fun, isn't it?
It's
Just a bit of fun
little bit
online.
of fun.
Why do you not like Waterloo Road? Why do you have that
I don't have any
reaction?
beef with it. I've just never seen it, and it's not for me.
Okay. It is incredible, and I'd love people to know that I am aware of the casting for the next season, even though it's not announced, but I know. And I never know things
I
in
thought
advance.
it was announced. Everyone knows it's Jason Manford, right?
The one after that.
Oh.
The one after that.
I presume Sunil's in it based on this.
No. That would be charming. I just Sunil in a northern accent. All right.
I love that. Like most like casting rumors, like who's the next Doctor who's the next James
Yeah.
Bond, who's going to be in the big Marvel, and you're like, I know Waterloo Road.
Yeah, absolutely no
Coming
one
up.
cares.
I'm ahead of it. I was like, no one's clamoring for that.
That's my big one. That's my big one, guys.
What else is going on for you, my love? Any goss?
Oh my God. Okay, I've got stuff that I'm going to tell you about in the extras. 100%.
Okay. Spoiler as to what it's about.
Spoiler
A
alert.
little bit of. You want to keep us guessing?
Nutritionist stuff.
Oh my god, great. Okay, didn't want to ask unless you wanted to talk
We'll
about it.
do it in the extras. I'm 100% wanting to talk about it.
Fantastic.
What else have I been up to? I did a puzzle this weekend and
I saw that.
fucking crushed
Disney
it.
Princess?
I couldn't believe.
Was it?
That, yeah. I couldn't believe there was a Thomas Kincaid watercolor Disney princess I didn't have in my collection. Turns out there was one.
Which one was it?
Sleeping Beauty.
You were sleeping on Sleeping Beauty.
And it's so fun because they've like, there's a slightly like updated range. There's like Easter eggs in the puzzle. So Zazu from Lion King is in it. He's like
Why?
in a branch.
What's he doing there?
Just hanging.
That doesn't
Isn't
seem
that
right.
fun? It's just fun. It's
I
part
don't
of
know
the-
that I'd like it mate, without any logic.
Part of the Disney universe.
That doesn't make any sense though.
Well, it makes you know, fuck you. Let me have this.
It would even make more sense if it was like a forest animal from a different film, but it doesn't make any sense to have a jungle
Oh,
animal.
Catherine, please. I really liked it.
Oh right, okay. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm feeling a bit lost at the moment, actually. Andrew asked me the other day, like, what are you working on at the moment? And I was like, yeah.
Lost in what sense?
Just like, I just don't quite know what I'm doing right now.
But is that because you are working on a bunch of scripted stuff that it hasn't?
I think it's because I've got about 5 hypotheticals.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I need to, and this is like, a lot of it's on me. I just need to pick, like, what the next thing's going to be. Like, I haven't picked, like, when my next show is starting, I'm doing work in progresses and really liking it. I need to film old shows and stuff, and, like, can't decide on the place sometimes. And then I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to work on the new show until I've let go of that. So I need to like remember that, to have that recorded, even though it's not true because I learnt my first show after 2 years and then recorded it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not like, it's weird because I'm not really doing anything, but I'm busy, but with just like faff.
It sounds like you are doing things, but the things aren't giving you the
I'm sort of waiting
sense
on
of
stuff.
purpose in the way that you'd like them to be quite yet, because you're having to be patient, and that sounds boring.
Yeah, and there's like this stuff booked in, but like I don't have the dates for it yet. And I
Yeah.
do love knowing, like, if I have my dates for this, then I know that I can say that, okay, so then my next deadline's going to be that. Because like a lot of comedy, you do pick your own deadlines.
It's just out of your control at the moment.
It's a little bit out of my control.
That's uncomfortable.
And then I was like, okay, well, it's okay. Well, maybe I'll like go on holiday or do something. But I'm still wanting to buy, you know?
Yeah.
So like that's just right now. I feel like I need to focus on that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I will do a full episode talking about this. I did start looking at properties, and within 5 days, put in, 6, 7 offers, we reckon?
Yeah, and maybe of the 6 or 7, how many would you say were, like, serious?
For the first week? Probably none.
Yeah.
Turns out you can put in an offer for any amount. And they have to present it. So
Helen was like, I'm looking for properties and putting in offers everywhere. We were like,
look at
really? What?
a lovely mansion in central London, £200,000. But I'm chain free. Please let the seller know that I am chain free and ready to go. Like,
That's the thing. I was like, okay, how much are you? No, we're both in this situation, really, aren't we? We're like mid-30s. We're trying to be in a situation where we can buy, and you do just have to make trade-offs.
Just
like
1 second. I'm 33, so I count that as mid-30s. I'd say I'm like around 10.
30s,
So,
practically
yeah,
late
like I'm
20s,
four,
practically
so, like,
20, practically 18 at that
Practically
point.
18, I'd say.
Only
yeah.
4.
Right. Regardless of our age, we're both in a stage where we would like to be buying.
Well, no,
and
you're mid-30s. It's not regardless of age thing, is it?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
a case of like, for you in your mid-30s and me, well, entering my 20s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Entering your 20s, no doubt. Well, then I guess I'm early 30s. I'm okay with my age. I guess I just like.
Yeah, me too.
I guess I guess it just meant, and I can tell you are, and I can really tell that you are. I guess it just meant that we are at that stage where it's like you do just have to do the boring shit to make that possible or plausible.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not just not eating avocados, because it turns out I found out I'm allergic to avocados.
What the fuck?
I'm still have 4 of the things that I'm testing that they're like with the FODMAP thing, but avocados definitely make me sick.
Oh my God, like sick tummy sick?
Yeah, but they cannot be the only things. I
horrible.
just don't eat enough of them. I think the 4 that I'm still trying to rule out are, so I'm doing FODMAP again because
Yeah.
it wasn't clear, are gluten, which probably I am, even though the tests say I'm not, but it's making me sick, so I don't know what you're wrong with your
Yeah.
test. Dairy, garlic and onion, those are the ones we're doing
Oh,
again.
damn.
I'm really hoping it's not garlic or onion, because fuck me, I love garlic and
Yeah.
onion. And dairy and gluten, though fucking devastating, can be replaced, but those 2, it's like, come on. Although I've made some lovely garlic oil.
Is it easy to be Irish and allergic to dairy? That feels hard.
It does feel hard, and more people in Ireland are allergic to gluten than lots of other
That
places.
makes sense,
It's like
yeah,
one of the highest ratios of celiacs. Is very strange. But like the tests say I'm not, but it definitely is. So
But you can feel it.
also very sweetly, after I said about my joints, people got in touch to be like, you should get your bloods done. I just want to be clear, I have had my bloods done. I continue to have my bloods done. And it's so kind, and I don't like when people are too defensive, because obviously, like, I told you my personal life, so then if you're worried about me, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But I promise I am trying to get it figured out and would like to be not in pain. But also I'm fine. Like, it's been really interesting. It's been like, my mom has rheumatoid arthritis, and I always think that, like, it's really easy to be, like, theoretically aware of someone's pain, but, like, kind of, like, not really get it. It's just made me be like, gosh, she's been if it hurt me that much for like 4 days with one joint, I'm like, gosh, she must be like constantly just exhausted from it all. But she's so chipper and non-complaining about it.
Linked to rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah.
as
So
well.
again, I don't want to like guess. I promise I'm talking to doctors.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
promise. Yeah, it
Well,
might
you're
well
talking
be.
to me, and I'm basically as good as.
Yes, and sure. But yeah, don't worry, I'm on it, and thank you for the concern. And but definitely avocados is a no-go for me, and I still haven't got a house. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
It's you will love looking though, because like you don't have to prove anything to the estate agent.
I won't be able to look
to
until
see-
after April, when the tax year's done.
There are some lenders that go off just off your last year, apparently. I'll tell you this all off air.
I know that, but also I don't want them to go off my last year. Remember when I changed agents?
Oh yeah, you'd won the year before.
Yeah.
That is very confusing, isn't it?
It's Trixie being
But
self-employed.
just so you
It's
know,
Trixie.
you can see anywhere. Like, you don't have to show them that you've got any
I'm
money.
not like
and you
you.
can be like, you know what? I want to see that house with a pool in it in South
I don't
Ken.
think I'm like you. I don't want to see what I can't
And
have.
they drive you around between the houses.
No, I have zero desire. I can drive. Also, that's so funny. I have zero desire to see what I can't have. I only want to see what's possible.
You're a fool.
But what I am open to
Here we go.
is a doer-upper, because my girlfriend is very good at that stuff.
Yeah.
And I can make sandwiches while she does it.
You could go on Homes Under the Hammer. God, this is like an advertisement for BBC iPlayer.
I don't want to go on
No,
Homes
no,
Under the
Homes Under the
Hammer.
Hammer.
It's oh my God, no, Catherine, you do.
I don't.
Do
they give you money for your house?
I'm sure they pay you for an appearance fee.
Fee, let me see.
Fee, Andrew, quickly.
I don't think I want that. No, because those people are always like it's always like they live in a caravan on site for ages. I don't want that. They always look
No,
like
but I'll be buying by then, so then you come live with Helen whilst you live in your
This is
whilst
getting worse
you
by
get your
the
place.
minute.
Why? No, I'm a really good housemate.
Oh, while my house is being done up.
Yes.
We keep saying house. It's gonna be a 1-bed flat. I don't
Maybe
know
not
why
with me. Maybe not
Why
with
do
me.
we keep saying house?
don't know yet.
Lol.
Yeah,
It won't be a house.
I'm getting a 5-story house. One con, it is covered in knotweed, but I'm fine with it. you live among. I live with nature.
Oh
I
god.
live with nature.
We should just move to the Midlands, where we can afford it.
No.
I know.
Lichfield, your favourite place.
Lichfield is not the Midlands, is it?
Yes,
Jesus
of course.
Christ,
It's,
Yeah.
it's so far away.
But obviously not Lichfield.
That's still the Midlands.
that's the annoying thing
Christ.
of being like, oh, like my life is in London, but I also love London.
Yeah, me too. And also, I just think like truly in a situation where people are making in like top 10% of earners, and they are often in two-income housing or two-income houses or like situations. It's just absolutely deranged to me that capitalism has gotten to the point where we're like, if you work all hours of the day, you still can't afford your home. Like the solution shouldn't be move cities. It should be what the fuck is wrong with the system.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's anyway.
The system is like learning about it. Like I watched a lot. I mean, I'm sure a lot of our listeners know about this stuff, but like watched YouTube videos being like first time buyer, just how does it go? People like talking through like the beats of it, and I was like, that would be really nice. Like for me, I get like this is the other thing. I get like 20 calls a day from people now, just being like, do you still want to see this place in Hampstead? And I'm like, no, that was a joke. Like I don't have £3 million.
When will you understand it's
like
a joke?
that was just banter because I was curious because I thought maybe it was a famous person's house, and if it is, they've took down a lot of pictures, but which you mustn't. I'm not encouraging you to waste people's time. It's fun.
But then they have the time on their hands because they're harassing you. I hate this when you leave your number with somebody and then they're just like calling you up like, we've got this place, we've got this place, we've got this place.
Yeah.
Oh, constantly.
I'm not looking forward to that part, to be honest with you. I don't.
It's not. I'm not the most relaxed I've ever been, if I'm honest.
No, it sounds super, super, super stressful. But we are very privileged to be in a situation where it'll even be a consideration we get to make this year. Also, this might not happen for me. I think it does seem like it's actually happening for you. It probably will take longer for me.
I am looking. I am throwing out offers.
That's exciting.
And I have learned what a mortgage is, but learning, like the more I learn, the more upsetting it is.
Me too. I find that too.
So you think like you spend all the time saving up for a deposit, right? And you're like, and then I'll borrow. I'll like hopefully be able to get a nice amount to borrow, and I'll pay it back. But you pay back like £3 for every pound you borrow.
Of course you do.
So then what you're paying for like a £300,000 flat is basically just under £1 million.
Yeah,
pounds,
it's
basically.
absolutely fucking deranged. It's
And
fucked.
then there's like, I've sort of gone through it. I'm trying to figure this all out at the moment, but like, there's like, I mean, I'm sure everyone knew this, but the fees of just like random stuff.
Yeah.
Like stamp duty. Ever heard of that?
Yes.
It's nothing to do with stamps. It's just mental. And then there's like a purchase fee, a like thing fee. There's something about like if a building's over 18 meters high and like no one will tell me how tall the building is and I haven't got a tape measure. I've got a 10 meter one. Like it's just I'm at sea. Like the whole thing is very confusing.
That's a lot.
And I called my dad to be like, can you help me? And he was like, I'm not fucking buying. It's a nightmare out there. I'm staying renting. And I'm like, you're no use.
Wow, that's
You're
tough.
not helpful.
Yeah, it's really, really, really tough. It's very stressful, and it's like it's just not the game that most of our parents are playing because it's so fucked at the
I
moment.
know. And also the idea that like you're going to get it wrong.
Oh god, yeah. There's the constant sense that while you spend the most money you've ever spent in your entire life, or will ever spend in your entire life, that you're going to be duped somehow.
Because like to be able to get a mortgage, like I'd have to have mine like very long term fixed term.
Yeah, of course.
Like I wouldn't. So
of course.
I'm basically
So you're
committing
going to
to
be locked
somewhere
into 5 years probably at least.
minimum until like I'm sort of like towards my 40s.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it as far as like, oh my god, like am I going to be happy puzzling here?
Yeah.
Until like 2030, like
Yeah.
am I going to feel?
Also, oh my god, I will say all of this. I cannot be doing with these people. Well, you know, it's actually worse when you do own, because then like if anything goes wrong, it's your fault. No.
I told you about my friend
Absolutely
who did that on
get
behalf of his
to
girlfriend. Yeah.
Fuck. No, I'm like, get to fuck. If you are lucky enough to own your property, I'm sorry. I know it's stressful. I don't for a sec, but like, just do not turn around to renters who are currently paying the mortgages of multi-millionaires and be like, well, you know, you'll have to fix the boiler. It'll be my fucking boiler. I'd love to fix it.
Yeah.
Please, Jesus, give me the
Yeah.
opportunity to save
Yeah.
up to fix my boiler.
Yeah.
Please,
Also,
God.
give me the choice to not have a boiler. I'm fine with fire in the living room, heat and water up that way. Like, give me that be an option. Give me that be an option.
Helen, aren't you looking at modern builds?
Modern, no, not all of them.
Okay, but you're not.
Catherine, I cannot tell you.
Helen
I
said
have
you was-
looked at everything. I literally had to stop myself booking a viewing for a houseboat because I was curious. I
Okay,
was like,
but
Helen, no.
You are way too tall for that. And also,
I know.
but it is the only one in which you'd have a fire in the living room. But honestly, none of the like on the floor. No. Okay. Yeah, I just think like fuck off. I can't be doing with that. I'm sorry, but it's just like get to fuck. It's like oh
Yeah.
God. Yes, it's stressful, but also like you own your home, so give me a break.
Right. And also,
Anyway.
if you own, you can do anything. You know that you can get, toilet lids.
Yes.
Yeah. Like there's so many good ones out there, and no one in rental accommodation has a fun toilet lid.
You actually can change it in the rental
In
toilet and then
Fleet,
just
where
go
I
back.
grew up, we had a see-through toilet lid with pink flowers in it.
Nice. You can get really
I
nice ones.
Loved
You
it.
can get a lot, and I'm sure you will. But also,
There's
it's like,
ones
yeah,
with
you can
fish
fucking
that move
paint your
around.
walls, and I can't. Anyway,
Would you like a more positive distraction to get you off the anger of the housing market?
I'm,
Oh my God, you have
I'm
a
not
problem?
angry. I'm
Yes, we've got
thriving.
a lovely problem and a lovely update. Two lovely correspondents.
Yay!
Our first update is from Glennis.
Hi, Glennis.
Who
do they
emailed
want full name?
Glennis. Glennis's email. I think I've said their full name before. They were going through cancer treatment and they
Yes,
were
yes.
sending us lovely updates. And a even lovelier update that as of today, they are cancer free.
Oh my God! Yay!
Yeah.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Yeah, it's so
That's
cool.
really amazing, Glennis. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Slay.
They said laughing at the podcast got some strange looks during hospital treatment,
Just laughing maniacally.
but they loved it. And Glennis says she'll see you in Liverpool on the 29th of September, Catherine.
Yeah, I'm going to Liverpool this weekend.
Oh my God, that's
it
so
might be
lush.
last weekend by the time this comes
yeah,
out.
last week.
Oh, yes.
Because last week I will have had Swindon, Portsmouth, Dublin, Liverpool all in the 1 week. That is honestly such happy news, and I'm so pleased
That's
to hear
lush.
it. Congratulations, Glennis. Well done. That is an arduous thing to recover from. So well
Bring
done.
on Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
And then we have a problem which is not filled with woe.
Let's do it, but
Aw.
we'll do it in Scouse accents. Fucking bring on the problem, man.
No.
Okay,
No,
now
I want to do it in Scouse.
No.
you've introduced woe into the equation.
Woe. Woe. It's full of woe.
No.
No, it's not. It's got no woe in it.
No
Is it just
woe.
a regular problem?
It's just a
You're
regular-
actually much better at this
Say?
accent than your Irish accent. I say
Yeah.
maybe
It's
because
really bad.
maybe because it's not mine. Let's go, Andrew.
Let's
this
go.
is from T.
Hi,
T.
T. Oh God.
I'll
my
stop.
Please.
my fiance, she, they, and I, they, them, got engaged in June on the Strawberry Moon. Very gay, I know.
That's cute.
What's the strawberry moon?
Sort of pink, cute
Pink
moon.
moon.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cute.
I'm no contact with my mum and don't have much contact with my extended family. My
Fire.
fiance, however, has a huge extended family. Brackets, they will take up 32 spots on our wedding guest list.
Whoa.
Naturally, it feels
That's
difficult.
sorry. That's so English.
Yeah.
I'm like, 32. Fine.
I suppose if you've got zero, any amount. Is,
100%.
yeah.
32 v 0 is a lot, but I'm like, try 74,
Yeah.
and that's just cousins. Go
Well,
on.
but that exact problem is that they struggled with sort of seeing all that love and support. As much as they are grateful for it and also do feel loved,
Yeah.
it's hard to not have that support network
Yeah.
for them. And they shared this with their partner, who totally got it and asked if they wanted to elope instead. So they're going to elope to Ireland, and the advice they need is, where should we get married in Ireland? I'm not trying to do the basic Cliffs of Moher situation, too rugged.
Cliffs of where?
Moher.
Moher.
No. I wanted Andrew to
Yeah,
give it
actually
a
did
go.
well. Moher's fine, but Moher's,
Thank
yeah.
you. Okay.
Moher.
Yeah.
It's too rugged.
Mower.
I'm not shooting an album cover for Mumford & Sons. We're sweet, simple, forest wildflower meadow gays who love frolicking and appreciate the beauty of rivers and babbling brooks. We'd love some place with a storybook essence, somewhere cozy and charming. Thanks and love you both. P.S. Helen, we all knew you were queer. Slay, babe.
Slay.
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 I honestly don't know the answer to that question, and I don't want to pretend to. There are lots of things that come to mind. Wicklow is one,
That's what I
Wexford's
was
one, but
thinking.
also so is Galway. Or honestly, like Mayo or Sligo by the sea might be nice. But my thinking is that it's the best country to be going to when you're looking for that. There will be plenty of options. There's a person I follow on Instagram called The Hike Life, which is this incredible woman, Rosanna, who she used to be Miss Universe Ireland, and she talks a lot about like eating disorders and hiking, and she's just brilliant. And she has a brilliant book about loads of amazing places to eat and walk in Ireland, called The Hike Life. And I know that isn't what you're looking for. You're not looking for a hike, but it just is such a good... Her Instagram page is just like a really good place for inspiration of parts of Ireland you might want to go to. And basically any part you could be going to, she'll tell you where to eat and where to walk.
Or I can tell you right now, I've just Googled forests in Ireland.
Oh no, I could name forests in Ireland, but I'm not sure that that's... I don't know where you get...
But Catherine, there's one called Hazelwood Forest.
There is, but can you elope there is my question.
Yeah, you just take your witness, no?
I don't know how you get married.
It's beautiful. Hazelwood Forest is swans and little like stony cave things. And then Crone Woods. Do not get married at Crone Woods.
How are we saying that?
Crone. Crone Woods. I'm getting married at the Crone Wood. No, don't do that. Drum Manor. How about castle? Islands full of castles.
No, they don't want a castle.
They don't
and also
want
that would cost way too much. They want to
rugged.
elope very like sweetly and in nature.
Where's that like mental place, like West Cork, like down there?
I don't think that's what they want.
Like Skibbereen.
I don't think they want to go to Skull to get married.
Skull, yeah.
No, that's where de Plantier was killed.
That is Sophie Toscan de Plantier.
Yeah.
How about that I went to that beautiful wedding in the countryside in the Midlands.
But that was like a wedding venue, right?
Yeah.
I think Irish listeners, please write in and tell us where you would elope in Ireland, because these people need our help.
For sure.
And honestly, the good thing is it's Ireland, so there'll be 1,000 good options. I just want to steer you correctly, and I'll be home for my Dublin gig, so I'll ask as well. But if I can't be asking my family home because my mother will be getting notions,
She'll get so excited.
she'll be like suspiciously walking woods in Ireland in the hopes of like wandering, and then she'll ruin your wedding because she'll be like, no, not wrong gaze, wrong gaze.
I want this to be the perfect fairy tale, like forest.
Me too.
But like one where they've got like will o' the wisps, like all floating around.
I'm also thinking something that you should maybe look into is like something druidy, or a little bit like there's such a lovely heritage that's not so Catholic, that's a bit more pagan in Ireland, that you could look into in terms of like positioning your queerness in your wedding space might be nice. But we'll find out more on this, and well, more specifically, not on this actually, because we aren't planning your wedding. More,
or we could.
No.
Let us know.
But what we're gonna, but you flagged for the extras that we're going to talk about food.
Oh my god, yes.
So let's do that, and we will bring you back more thoughts on this when I've been to Ireland. So let's put a pause on that. And oh my gosh, more importantly, congratulations.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
That's so beautiful. It's there's I think Wexford might be interesting. The only reason I say it is you got engaged on this strawberry moon, and it's the place where all the Irish strawberries come from. You could get married maybe in a strawberry field, or like pick strawberries on your wedding.
That's
So
charming.
that might be a thought. For now though, congratulations. That's really exciting, and I love that you're escaping and eloping to Ireland. That's so sweet. I'm proud to be from a country where queers elope to. That's very sweet.
Aww.
Oh, and well done, Glenys. Congratulations.
And well, you know what? Well done, everyone.
That was so nice.
Congrats, well done.
Let's go hear all your problems and the extras. Come on.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye. Hello, executive producers in that lounge there. Thank you so much for joining us. Guy Goodman, Simon Moores, Annie Tonner, Stefanie Catracchia, Oliver Jago, Anthony Conway, Neil Redmond, Madeline Quinne, Grace O'Reilly, and Lily. Thank you all so much.
And thank you to our producers. I will be doing this all in one breath and a northern accent. Elle, Richard Bold, Harald van Dijk, Tim and Dom, David Walker, Rachel A, Sadie Cashmore, Claire Owen-Jones, Jess and Nick, Sarah, Molly, Raia Fink, Cordelia, Rachel Page, Helen A, Tina, Linsey, Graham Marsh, Amy O'Riordan, Abbie Worf, Matt Sims, Luke Bright, Leah, Kate Spencer, Tristin, Liz Fort, Taz, Anthony, Clove, Becky Fox, Dean Michael, Sophie Chivers, Carey Seuthe, Charley A, KC, Jam Rainbird, Nathan Smith, Amanda McCall, Tamsin Smith Harding, Hannah J, Ezra Peregrine, Bryn. 2 breaths, but still not bad.
Pretty fucking good, actually. You didn't drop the accent.
Thank you so much.
I really, a lot of respect for that, actually. Huge.